Two, microphone check. Yo, how am I sounding? Alright, good to see you guys. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, just let me know that you're here, that you're with me, that you guys can actually hear what I'm saying and I'm not just talking to myself. I'm going to pull up the chat and a few things like usual, then we're going to get rocking and rolling here. It's good to see everyone. I appreciate y'all for coming out each and every week. So we're going to have some fun. I think I should have chat open and everything should be good to roll. So I'm just going to ask you guys to comment wherever you're at. That way I can just verify. Is my audio sounding a little hot? It sounds like my audio might be hot when I heard it on YouTube. What up, Nick? Good to see you, brother. How's my audio sound? Do I sound too loud? Do I sound... Let me see. Is this better? Where should I be at? Is the volume better here? Is it better here? In the meantime, audio is okay. Cool. Okay, good. It sounded really loud on YouTube. So chat open and everything should be good to roll. I can just Nick, good to see you, brother. How's my audio sounds really hot on YouTube, so it sounds like it's distorting and stuff. Let me see. If you're on YouTube, does my audio sound like it's distorting over there? All right. Little hollow better now. Okay. Yeah, I think what's Sorry, guys. Just trying to get this right for y'all. All right. I'm going to try this instead and see how this... Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. This should be pretty good. It looks like my levels are right on my end. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. This should be pretty good. It looks like my levels are right on my end. All right, I turned it down just a little bit, but I think we're good to rock and roll. Good to see you guys. What's up where everyone's at? I see some of y'all. What's up? I see Nick. I see Jamil. Let's see who else we got. Robert. What up? Good to see you. Sweet. We got a good crew here. What up, Tavius? Good to see you, brother. Always love seeing you guys. Cool. So, with this said, we're going to get rocking and rolling here today. We're going to do some cold calling per usual. I'm going to talk a little bit about just general lead gen and appointment setting. And I'm going to talk about it from the perspective both you guys as like in-field sales reps as well as a business owner. So I'm going to cover kind of both different perspectives. Now, if you guys have been here before, who here remembers the traffic trifecta? So one of the things that I'll encourage you guys to do is to type out stuff when I ask questions. Part of the reason is it helps you guys just drive your learning way deeper. Just like if you take notes in a class, it's going to help you anchor those memories and drive that learning way deeper. So I'm going to ask you guys when I ask questions to type that out. But who here remembers the traffic trifecta, right? So there's three parts to the traffic trifecta. If you guys remember this is what we talked about probably about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, if I remember correctly, when we talked about diversified lead gen. So anyone remember the three different parts of the traffic trifecta based off of a couple weeks back? So let's see. Anyone remember? Cool. Let's see what you guys got. If anyone's got anything here. Good morning. Three pieces of the traffic trifecta. What are they? That's what I want to know, you guys. Three pieces of the traffic trifecta. What are they? So if you guys are looking to really scale up your leads and appointments and get more sales, what are the three key elements of the traffic trifecta? This is something that we teach, and I want to make sure you guys are well aware of. So if you guys don't know, put I don't know in the comments. That way I know what you guys know, what you guys don't know, and we can fill in any gaps. But so we're talking about the traffic trifecta right now. And the traffic trifecta obviously is a trifecta, so there's 3 parts to it. My question for y'all are, what are the 3 parts of the traffic trifecta? And if you guys are catching this on the replay, you guys could speed up a little bit just because we're waiting for people to drop their answers. So I don't know, I'm new, cool. I don't know, I don't know. Anyone else got a guess? What's the 3 parts of the traffic trifecta? I think I'm confused about yesterday, the 3 parts. Okay, so let's back things up. This is actually from a couple weeks back is what we covered, and this is something that we talked about, which is diversified lead gen. So diversified lead gen is basically a strategy that I take. So whenever I'm scaling a business, there's one thing that terrifies the fuck out of me, and it's called concentration risk. So concentration risk terrifies me. What concentration risk is effectively when you have all your eggs in one basket, right? So when it comes to business, my initial goal is I need a fuck ton of leads. I need the quantity of lead flow. From there, I can sort, filter, and find the right people, right? But everything starts from being able to generate a lot of traffic and a lot of leads. So if we're generating a lot of traffic and a lot of leads, then generally we're gonna have most of our problems solved. If we don't have traffic and leads, then we're gonna have a lot of problems on the back end. But almost everything is easier when you have a lot of traffic and leads. So that being the case, one of the things that I never want to have happen is I depend entirely on one traffic channel, and then that traffic channel goes down, and now I have no leads or appointments or sales coming in. That's a really shitty position to be in as a business owner. It's not fun to be in that position as a sales rep, because this is where you guys go from making a lot of money to making no money at all, right? And so I want to hedge that risk as much as possible, and that's what diversified lead gen and the traffic trifecta is designed to do. Y'all following with me so far? If you are, just give me a 1 in the chat or give me a fire emoji or something, just so I could feed off your guys' energy and stop feeling so needy. God. But that's kind of the core premise of what I wanted to hit was with the traffic trifecta. This is a play and it's a meta model, and any offer that I'm going into, I'm running the traffic trifecta. So one thing I've been talking about a little bit lately is I've recently done an acquisition, so I've partnered into a company to help them scale. I'm not giving away too much of the details just because I want to get a little bit of a head start on it, but I'm talking through what I'm doing as I'm doing it with you guys. So when you guys are looking at coming into opportunities and offers and you want to figure out how to scale businesses really fast, you can take some of these thought processes and apply them for your own use later on down the road. Now, inside of this company, the first thing I've done, so I've seen a few posts, by the way, and I'm about to go on a little bit of a fucking rant and a little bit of a tangent. So apologize right here, right now for this rant, but I don't apologize at the same time because this just needs to be said and it needs to be put out there. So one of my biggest pet peeves is when a new sales manager gets into an organization and starts changing everything. It just drives me fucking nuts. So this is what amateur sales managers do again and again and again. They'll come into a new system, they'll start changing the script, they'll start changing the funnel, they'll start changing the copy, they'll start changing the application, they'll start changing the process, so maybe they add setters, or they'll start changing the setter script, and they'll start changing. They change so many fucking variables at one time that you have no idea what's causing what. And they're doing it because in their mind, they're getting into this new situation thinking, this business owner is paying me a lot of money. I need to create results fast. So they get into this company and they start changing all these variables like a maniac. And then you end up so far from what used to work that it's very hard to get back to that place, right? So this is something that I see time and time again with newer sales managers, and it drives me batshit. If you're going to be a sales manager, what I recommend almost anyone who's coming in as a growth consultant, as a CRO, which is a chief revenue officer, a CSO, chief sales officer, anything like that. If you're coming into a company, my recommendation is do absolutely nothing for the first 30 days other than observe, right? So I just go through and I gather data and I observe and I observe and I observe, and I basically am not making changes at all usually in my first 30 days. Because what my goal is I want to almost like study this entire system and get a snapshot of it in my mind. And I want to see its ebbs and flows over time and kind of see how it's humming. And then I want to see where the levers are and where the bottleneck itself is. And then from there, I'm going to start to design my experiments and iterate based off of that bottleneck. So this is the path. Like when you come into a new opportunity, you need to really figure that out. And so right now, the new opportunity that I'm coming into, the bottleneck is very obviously in right now the leads segment. They're just not generating enough leads and they're not booking enough appointments. And it's going to move here pretty quickly once we get the lead gen sorted out, and it's going to go to either lead nurture or conversion, right? But for the most part right now, it's at the lead generation piece. So this is where the traffic trifecta comes into position, right? So traffic trifecta is 3 diversified lead gen strategies that are not correlated. And so the key is that they're not correlated. Now, typically what I like to do is on any offer, I like to have these 3 traffic sources. I like to have some form of outbound. What that means is I'm actually proactively reaching out to people. So with an outbound, this is where I am going out to a person and I'm doing cold outreach. I want to be able to do this reliably, predictably. If I can sell via cold outreach, I can sell almost any other channel, right? Cold outreach is one of the hardest ways to convert. If I can sell cold outreach, I can sell damn near every other channel. So that's why I really want to make sure I lock that in. So second piece that I want to have in the traffic trifecta is, you guys can probably guess it. If it's not outbound, it's probably what? Inbound, right? So second piece of traffic trifecta is to have inbound coming in. So I want to be going outbound consistently on a daily basis. Then I want to have the inbound leads coming in to me. And this is going to come primarily through advertising. It can also come through something like SEO. But in most cases, it's going to be advertising, maybe a little bit of your organic, and just generally having that kind of inbound lead flow. So that's the second piece of the traffic trifecta. Now, there's a third way to generate leads that a lot of people don't know about, and it's often overlooked. People primarily focus on ads and outreach. If you combine ads and outreach with this third piece, it's extremely powerful. It's extremely powerful because it helps you really build the positioning. It helps you build big, high leverage relationships and deals. And it's, to me, one of the most efficient ways to get the top end of the market, which that's going to be sideways prospecting, right? And so we'll have outbound, we'll have inbound, we'll have sideways prospecting. And I like to run all 3 of these traffic mechanisms on any opportunity. That way, if one of them goes down, I'm going to be good. So right now, Facebook's fucking with me, right? It happens. Facebook's fucking with me. So they just shut down my Instagram account. I can't advertise on my Instagram account, which is annoying. They're giving me a hard time on my ads, on my ad account, and I'm not wanting to change a lot of things right now. The beautiful thing is that it's not affecting me at all in terms of our actual growth, because we have other traffic channels that when that one went down, I was able to ratchet up other ones to compensate for it and keep things where they need to be at. And so that's what I want for you guys, is that even if you're a sales rep on an opportunity, you want to have that peace of mind that if the ad account of the influencer or business owner that you're helping, if that ad account goes down, then I want for you guys to be able to still make money, right? And that you don't have to worry about, oh, you know, what's going to happen if the ad account goes down. You're able to keep yourself fed during that period of time while your marketing team gets it stood back up. And when you take that approach and you have that sort of self-reliance, you'll learn a lot more about your market. You'll end up getting a lot better results. And if you guys are sales reps and you're self-generating deals, a lot of times the business owners will actually give you the marketing or customer acquisition costs as well, in addition to the actual sales commission. So instead of getting, for example, a 1K sale, you could get a 2K or $2,500 sale because you self-gen that deal as well. So I saw someone ask, what are the other channels? Let me just check who that is. It's Luba. What's up, Luba? Good to see you. So the other channels, which ones did you catch? And then if you tell me which ones you got, then I'll be able to fill in the gaps. That's probably the easiest way. Sweet. Would outbound be cold emails and LinkedIn, is what someone asked. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you, bro. So outbound would be cold email. Outbound would be Facebook. Outbound would be LinkedIn. You can outbound on Instagram. There's a lot of different places that you will outbound. Primarily, cold email is like the Mac Daddy of outbound, because for whatever reason, as much as we like to think social media is where it's at, selling happens so heavily in email. And so email marketing is still one of the highest ROI channels, period, point blank. And it's kind of the Mac Daddy of outbound. But outbound can as well be dialing. So you could do cold calling for outbound. So cold email, some sort of like, a lot of people will do Loom videos as well, or some sort of, sometimes they'll do like what's called lumpy mail as an outbound strategy. So this is, or Dream 100, where you're kind of sending like a shock and awe package outbound to an ideal prospect. So there's different ways that you can go outbound, and the key is just figuring out what's going to make sense for your market, because that's ultimately what we got to do. If we're going to reach out to, say, for example, if I'm going to reach out to a recruiter, I'm probably going to be pretty heavy on LinkedIn, because recruiters live on LinkedIn for the most part. Versus if I reach out to a real estate agent, if they're a residential real estate agent, there's a good chance I'm going to be Facebook or Instagram heavy, because they tend to be more on Facebook and Instagram. So that's kind of how I like to look at these things. And that's how you can set that up. And someone said, I was shut down by Facebook 6 times and once lost my sales team. That sucks. This is why I believe in diversified lead gen. And then cold outreach to who? So cold outreach, so if I'm doing outbound, cold outreach is to my indirect prospect. If I'm doing sideways prospecting, then I'm actually cold outreaching to potential strategic partners, etc. So there's different kind of ways that we can do that. So, but the 3 traffic channels are outbound, inbound, sideways, right? And so what the actual channel is on those, if you go inbound and it's YouTube ads or Facebook ads or Instagram ads, that doesn't make a big difference to me. I just want to know that I got something where I can pay and get leads coming in, or have an inbound stream of people coming to me. I want to be able to know that I could go out and get people and turn strangers into paying clients that way. And then I want to have that general word of mouth and kind of like a authority that would be coming through. So dating coach, right? If you're a dating coach, one of your best strategic partners that you could probably line up and connect with are going to be weight loss coaches, because a lot of people, they'll lose a whole bunch of weight, they'll feel like a different person, then they'll want to start getting into dating. So I would potentially look at sideways prospecting in that format. Or if you're a dating coach and you have a specific niche type of person that you focus on, for example, you help executive women, or you help executive men, or you help a certain type of professional, like I help, finance guys find their dream girl, or I don't know exactly how you're structuring your stuff. And it doesn't necessarily need to be niched by job title per se, but that's just one of the ways that we can do it. But what I would look at is figuring out, how can I find where that audience is hanging out, and who is my ideal audience. So like a good one is, I have a friend of mine, Jared, who he's a dating coach, and he's looking at heavily, he goes after professional men. So especially like people in the entrepreneurial community, and entrepreneurs are pretty easy to find. So it's easy for him to be able to go out and find good folks who are interested in what he's got. So sweet. Let's see if there's any other questions. You guys got any questions on what we've hit so far, or is this all making sense with the traffic trifecta? So you got inbound, you got outbound, you got sideways lead gen. So generally when I'm setting this stuff up, this is what I want to have in place. I want to have all 3 of these set up, and then that's where I can really make sure that, I'm focused, but I'm hedged. And that's the thing. Like, I want to be concentrated so I could really give what I need enough energy. I think one of the problems that people have when they go after diversifying their lead gen is they take it too far and they try to do every inbound strategy and every outbound strategy and every sideways prospecting strategy. And I would rather not do that. I'd rather have just one really good outbound strategy that's working, or like maybe one or two alternative strategies on outbound that are working really well. So perhaps, you know, it's LinkedIn and cold email for us on outbound, which that's what we use pretty heavily for our outbound, and they work great for us. So you could run, you know, LinkedIn cold email on your outbound, and then on the ads, you know, we're pretty dominant on Google and Facebook. And so that's where I primarily have my inbound coming in. You know, a little bit of SEO, but not too much, and I'm not trying to do much else past that. And then on my sideways prospecting, we have a few different approaches, like guest trainings and things like that. But that's just a good example of what that looks like in terms of the traffic trifecta. So I wanted to put that in your guys' ear. I've been playing with some stuff on LinkedIn too, and LinkedIn's a powerhouse, you guys. Like, you could do so much cool stuff if you really play with it and master that stuff. So, all right, that was fun. Let's get into dials now. I'm going to start ripping some calls, and let's see if we can get a hold of someone and book some appointments in front of y'all. So let's do this thing. So I'm going to get into my list. I think I still have some actual dials lined up from last week. Oh, these look good too. I'm going to remove this one. These look straight. All right, I'm going to hit dial and let's just roll. Let me know if you guys can hear this. You shouldn't be able to hear anything yet, but... You guys hear that?
Hello.
George! How you been, man?
Great.
Good, man. You excited for summer?
I am.
Yeah? What, you guys got any fun plans?
Not really.
No? I think we might go to Aruba. He hung up on me. I'm totally calling him back. There's no way I'm going to take that hang up. There's no way I'm accepting that.
Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries.
Internet issues over here with my Wi-Fi.
Oh, I figured. I thought maybe you were driving or something. Sweet, man. Well, yeah, I was just reaching out because you touched base earlier about looking for sales reps. I don't know if you're still looking for sales reps.
Oh, no, I had reached out about doing some like closer work, but I got a new job, and so I put that on hold for now.
Oh, cool. Nice. What's the job you got?
Oh, it's just an account executive position at a med tech company.
Nice, man. Where's it located?
They're in DC.
Cool. Are you work on site at an office, or are you working remotely?
No, I'm in California. I'm in the Bay Area.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, yeah, if if you're looking to kind of do anything part-time, that's still an option. So I don't know if you want to explore that, but if not, I totally understand, and I'd say rock the new gig.
Yeah, I think it's something I will. So yeah, I think in the next, like I just started here, so want to give them a few months, but definitely I'll circle back with you once I'm kind of done with that onboarding process.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That way you're not in the middle of two onboarding processes that can get a little confusing at times.
For sure.
Sweet, man. Well, you said, where are you going over summer?
Well, I don't really have a lot of plans, but, hoping to do some local travel.
How old are you?
I'm 47.
47? You like music?
I do.
Any concerts you going to?
My wife is kind of a homebody, so it's kind of hard to get her out of the house. So I may have to check some out and go by myself, but it's a little tough because she likes to. She's not big on concerts.
No, Are you like the extroverted one and she's the introverted one?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we are over here too. Me and my wife. She's the introvert. But she's gotten out of her shell now. I kind of forced her to.
Well, Aruba is on my bucket list for sure, man. That sounds awesome.
You want to know what's weird about Aruba?
Yeah.
They have cacti. Right? So you're like, there's a cactus on the beach, just random cacti all over the beach.
That is weird.
I'd never seen that in my life. I thought it was the weirdest thing when I saw it because I guess it's like an arid desert actually. And so, yeah, there's just like cacti on the beach. It's kind of weird, but it's really cool.
Yeah. It's a far plane ride for us, but I definitely, would like to hit it.
Yeah. Have you ever scuba dove?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I went scuba diving in Aruba. So my mother-in-law lives in Aruba. I went scuba diving out there I think a year or two ago. It was pretty cool. It's not the best out there, to be honest, but it was cool enough. Like there's some stuff to see.
Yeah, I haven't been scuba diving in a while. Ever since I had kids, I haven't done it much. I did it when I was younger, but yeah, definitely it's an experience.
Yeah, it's neat. It's neat. Sweet. Well, I'll plan to hit you up again in 2-3 months' time once you're kind of rocking and rolling at your new gig, and then we can see if maybe anything part-time makes sense for you.
Great, Mike. Sounds good, man. You have a good trip when you get out there.
All right. Thanks, brother. See you, George.
Bye.
Sweet. We got a call done. What do you guys notice? What stood out to you? What did you notice? Anything at all? Let me know. I am a lion. Who said that? Why am I a lion? What did I do to be a lion? What did you guys notice there? What stood out to you on the conversation? Anything at all that you kind of jumped out? Remember, type this stuff out because this is where you guys learn the most, right? If you guys are analyzing and dissecting these calls with me, then once I start to drop kind of what I did psychologically, it will help you guys really, really get a lot. The beginning, how you were excited and didn't say who you are. Yes, this is called the long lost friend opener. That opener works like a freaking charm. Like it is just wild how powerful it is. So that's you caught that one, Nick. That's called the long lost friend opener. That's easily one of the best openers on cold calling. This goes back to old Gary Halbert training called A pile, B pile that he did. And he talked about how, like, if there's mail, there's an A pile and a B pile. And the A pile is, like, letters from your grandma and your friend and whatnot. And then the B pile is going to be, like, promotions. And so we just naturally will throw ads into the B pile. And so that what the long lost friend opener does is it makes us go immediately into the A pile. Because they think that we're a friend. It's like they feel like they ran into someone at the grocery store who knew their name, but they forgot who that person was or they couldn't place them mentally. It's insanely powerful. So Tyler said you built a relationship, so next time you call, you'll have trust built. Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. So timing wasn't right. I could tell good fit, bad timing. And because it was a good fit, bad timing, I want to maintain a relationship. I want to maintain that kind of open dialogue and get to better understand this person and what makes them tick. And so in doing that set it up pretty well. So good. I'm glad you guys picked that up. So even though the deal wasn't there today, I definitely made sure I planted and watered seeds for the future. George. Yep, that is it. What else stood out to you guys? Anything else that you guys noticed? Good. I'm appreciating everything you guys have dropped so far. And we can keep dialing here in a second. But I just want, if there's anything else that stood out to you guys through that last call, put that in the comments real quick. And then we'll get rocking and rolling into our next set of dials. All right, let's see. Looks like you guys are all good. Great. Good work, you guys. Now let's get rolling.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail for Nikki of the day. If you leave me a short... Please leave your message for 21464.
Looks like we're glitching here. Let me get back to here. Boom. Oh, it looks like someone wants to pop in. Let me see. Yes, here you are.
Please leave your message for 470.
All right.
Invalid.
I don't know about that one. Adrian, how you been, man?
Doing good. Who's this?
What's up, man? It's Mike. What's new?
With who? I'm sorry.
Mike, I think you reached out because you're looking to hire some sales reps.
Not at the moment, no.
No. You were you looking for work as a sales rep, or were you looking to hire sales reps?
Did we fill out a form with you guys? I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah.
So right now we're not looking for any sales reps or looking to be hired for any sales reps.
Word. Okay. Cool. Do you run an agency or something?
We have an online course for authentic sales.
For what?
For selling.
Oh, you teach people how to sell through an online course?
Right.
Nice. Okay, cool. Sweet. And then you guys have a sales team in place and everything already?
No, we don't need one. We run everything through online ads, and we do ourselves, like the sales ourselves.
Sweet, dude. Nice. What's your program? What's it called?
It's called the Authentic Advantage.
The Authentic Advantage?
Yeah, we teach people how to be more authentic online instead of using old manipulative tactics to get people to buy from you.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it would be a good fit right now because we're not really looking for any reps right now, man.
Yeah, no worries. It's good to connect. And then let me know if something changes. If you guys are looking to scale the sales team, then happy to help you out there. So, but maybe you guys just source from your own network as well.
Yeah, we have a pretty big network. We've been in the sales game for about 20 years now.
Cool, man. Cool. Well,
But I appreciate you reaching out. You have a good day, all right?
Yep. See ya. So basically, that's just someone who funnel hacked me, and then that's that. So that's not really a deal. There's no deal there. There's not that. I kind of was looking to see if maybe I could figure out like a JV opportunity or something, but sounds like it was just a funnel hacker in the list, which you're bound to encounter those. Boop. Keep hitting the dials. I would wonder if you guys noticed anything that I did there or anything stood out to you off of that call, but
Hi, this is Brad. You didn't reach me, but leave me.
Account not on.
I saw a few questions you guys had. Let me keep ripping through a few dials, and then I'll hit some questions here in a bit.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Bob. How you been?
Who is this?
It's Mike. What's new?
Who?
Mike,
Cool.
Mark, you'd reached out because you're looking to hire some sales reps?
Yeah, you think you have the wrong number.
Yeah?
Name sounds familiar, but I'm not looking to hire no sales rep.
No? Are you selling something online, like a course, or are you looking for remote work?
No, I got a full crew here. I don't need anybody. I haven't needed anyone for months.
Thanks, Bob. The old Bob. Yeah, Bob got weird there for a second. I'm not sure exactly why. I haven't needed anyone for a month. That was kind of a little bit weird. But
hello, you've reached James Watson. I'm the. You leave your name, number.
so what I'm gonna highlight one thing that I just did really fast. So as I'm going through and I'm doing these dials, so every now and then I'll notice if a lead looks really good. So the dial that we just dialed out to, they didn't pick up, but the lead looked really good. So in this case, I sent him a text message, just a 9-word, which was, "Hey, are you still looking for a benefit?" And I do that kind of periodically. One thing is sometimes I try to be a little bit selective. So I like to do SMS blasts as opposed to SMSing as I'm dialing. Oh, crap. Whatever, we'll see what happens here. He was in Australia and it's like super late. I don't want to piss him off. All right, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying. So yes, occasionally what I'll do, I don't text everyone that I'm dialing through on some of these lists because some of these people aren't that good anyway, or like I'm just kind of sorting through the list really fast to figure out who's good and who's not. And so a lot of times I'm not a big leaver of voicemails. It does work to do I like voicemail drops a lot more. So my goal is usually to do anything that I can do in bulk. So a bulk SMS, a bulk voicemail drop, that's a lot better than me SMSing and voicemailing everybody as I go through this process. I would just much rather do these in bulk and kind of set them up as automations. So when you guys are designing your workflows and you're thinking through this stuff, I just wanted to give you guys that because that's a good mind frame for you to play with as you are doing it. So, sweet. Let me go back. I saw a couple questions. I'm going to hit your guys' questions, and then we'll keep dialing some more. And then if you guys have any other questions too, pop them in the chat. We will make sure that we go through and we hit all you guys' stuff. So someone said, do you ever leave messages or do you recommend calling back till someone answers? Yeah, I think I kind of hit that there. I'll leave messages at times if it seems like a really good lead. And so I just go a little bit further with good, like higher intent, higher quality leads. And so a lot of how I'm looking at that is based on the domain names or the email quality and how the email's reading. If I can kind of Google them as I'm going through the process and reaching out, I see they have a good Google presence. Like those are going to be certain little factors that I'll look at that will tell me how hard I'm going to pursue that lead. If I'm going to then go into, leaving voicemails and following up with SMSs like I just did with this guy, or if I'm just going to say, screw it and let it keep going. So that's kind of how I play this stuff a little bit. And then I try and lean a lot more on bulk SMS and a lot more on voicemail drops than just dealing with one-by-one texting and calling. So that's that. Does it depend on what you're selling or buying, for example, real estate versus products? So yes, it depends on what you're selling or what you're buying in terms of what channel to go after. And what you're going to find is certain professions will have they'll respond to certain channels better. So let's say, for example, if you're going after doctors, cold calling doctors is fucking stupid. Like, just going to tell you guys straight up, if you want to waste a lot of time and energy, cold call doctors. It's a surefire way to waste your time and energy, because doctors put in place gatekeepers. They literally have secretaries there who are whole job is to make sure you don't get to the fucking doctor. So cold calling on doctors is a lot of times a waste of time unless you come up with some sort of innovation that's a new scripting format that allows you to bypass a lot of stuff. But it's generally not your best use of time. Cold emailing doctors, again, not your best use of time. Doctors tend to respond a lot more to ads. They respond a lot more to SEO. They respond a lot more to other factors. So you just got to think about with the market that you're going after, how do people respond? If I'm going after insurance agents, I want to cold call motherfuckers all day because an insurance agent is trained to pick up random numbers. Same with a real estate agent. If you're going after a real estate agent, the real estate agent doesn't have a gatekeeper. They don't have a secretary. They don't have that shit. They're on their phone and they get these calls from Zillow from these random ass phone numbers and weird area codes, and they answer them because they don't know if it's going to be a deal or not. So in certain markets, certain channels or media are going to work better. And so it's a big factor of what you're trying to do is figure out what's the media that works well for my market. And that kind of ties back into what we were talking about with the traffic trifecta. So when I'm designing the traffic trifecta, it's going to be based on the market that I'm going into and how I'm doing that. So that should answer that question. Someone asked, what senders and outbound call dialers do you recommend as well? Are you using Go High Level? So those are kind of the same thing. I'm using Go High Level. I recommend Go High Level. If you're not going to use Go High Level, I'd recommend using close.io. That's another really good tool. But I recommend Go High Level. I find it's the easiest. And just generally, here's my stance on it. I love Go High Level. I think it's a better tool in terms of marketing and generating leads and setting appointments. I love Close. I think it's a better tool in terms of like inbound or inside sales. Sometimes my ideal scenario would be having something that where both are working together, but it's kind of not worth the effort. So we just focus on Go High Level because if I can do the appointment setting and the lead gen, that's more important anyway because kind of the rest of it's going to happen downstream. So that gives you guys some insight as to like the tools and what I'm using. If you have any other questions, pop them here in the chat and then we'll come back to questions in a little bit and start rocking and rolling again. So sweet. You guys are awesome. We got a good crew here today. You guys are all spread out. Some of you guys are on YouTube. Some of you guys are on LinkedIn. Some of you guys are on Facebook in different Facebook groups. But we got a good crew. All you guys, if you got questions, pop them in. I love to know what your takeaways are so far. At the end, I'm definitely going to ask you what your big takeaway is. I always like to have you guys really drive that point home. We're going to hit some dials, see if we can maybe get one more pickup before we wrap up. Oh, we run through all our dials? No, we got more. Here we go. Weird. I think my Twilio is acting up. I gotta double check it. It sounds like it's not dialing anymore. Hopefully, I'm not in the doghouse over here. Sweet, you guys. If you have any other questions, I gotta pee really bad, but I'll hang tight and I'll answer any questions you got. My Twilio just suddenly seemed to freeze up, and so it's not doing any dials out of GHL. So I'm gonna have to take some time to troubleshoot that here in a bit. In the meantime, though, what I would love to sit here and just answer any questions y'all got. If you don't got any questions, then I'm gonna take a week. What's minute count on that? I don't know what we're talking about here, so let me just double check. What's the minute count on what? Let me see what you guys are talking about. Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter. He funnel hiked me, but it's not a big deal. He it's just another dude who's selling a sales training course, and he probably had gotten into my funnel and ecosystem because he was trying to scope out what we were doing. It's pretty standard. It happens all the time. And especially in this market, like it's a self-replicating market, I don't take it too seriously anymore. I've kind of gotten used to people trying to copy or hack or stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's just a compliment. You just got to keep innovating faster and faster. And usually the people who are hacking so much, like they don't create it, so they never really get it anyway. It's not a big deal. So that's always been my perspective on those. Let's see. What questions you guys have? Anything that you guys want to run through or cover before we wrap up? I'm trying to check out my Twilio. It just seems like I'm having some sort of issue here with my Twilio. Not sure why. Sweet. I'm not taking any questions coming in. Since there's no questions, I'm gonna wrap this thing up probably just a few minutes early. You guys go close some deals, change some lives, make some money. If you're looking to take this further and you want to level up your sales game and you want my help to do so, then go to scalewithmikemark.com. There's an application. You can fill that out. We can take a look at what you're working on, where you're trying to get to, figure out how to get from point A to point B together, and see if you want my help to do so. So scalewithmikemark.com. Whether you're a sales rep or a business owner, if you're just really looking to take your sales game to the next level, then go there, fill that out, and I'll look forward to talking with you. I appreciate you guys for joining, and one thing that I want you to do before you dip out is write, what's your biggest takeaway from this week's call? So put that in the comments. Really drives home your guys' learning. Yes, we do more lives. These lives occur Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Would love to have you guys. Put it on your calendar. It's generally, you guys can find us on YouTube or in one of the Facebook groups if you guys are in a Facebook group. But yeah, Tuesdays, 12 p.m. I usually am going to do some training like this, breakdown. We'll do a little bit of outbound or cold calling or something like that. So you guys get to watch me live over the shoulder selling. I tend to find you guys get the most out of that. So that's what we're doing. I super appreciate you guys. This was a hell lot of fun. Yep, long lost intro is a huge takeaway. If there's anything to take away and this is your first time here, that would be it. Because if you get the right opener, everything else is easy, right? So it's about really upstreaming the process. And if we start on that good foot from the intro, then we can have a lot more wiggle room and leeway there. So put this stuff into action, you guys. Go close some deals, change some lives, make some money. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you soon. Peace.